Hey, Danielle.
Hey, Lourdes.
Have you done any shopping on Amazon?
Actually, I have not.
Well, shame on you.
I know.
Well, let me tell you, when you do go shop, you need to go to campfyrepod.com. Click on the Yes, and click on the Amazon link. And if you make your purchases...
Because you're doing a terrible job. Let me just say this, Mija. Anytime you want to buy something off of Amazon, you can go to campfyrepod.com. That's campfyrepod.com. And now we have some awesome shirts, right, cuz?
What?
Yeah, look, check it out. That's one of them.
That's a poster design that I made that never got a movie made. The VFX Mex, that is me also. I am the VFX Mex. You can find all this if you go to campfyrepod.com/merch. That's /merch, not /merch.
That's me right there in the middle.
Yeah, you're the one in the middle. So help support. Oh, you didn't make it to that one, Mija, but maybe the next one.
Aw.
So help support the show. Go to campfyrepod.com/merch, buy a shirt from the show, and help support the show.
Hi, I'm Lourdes.
And I'm Eric, but you can call me Tello. This show is a family-oriented show, but it's oriented from the adult perspective. We talk about adult situations, and very often we use adult language. So if there's any kids in the room, kick their asses out. They don't belong here right now. Unless they want to learn something about life.
Right, this may not be suitable for children. And I'd like to add, I don't want to make anybody mad, and I love my family and friends.
I do too.
Family, you are wrong all the time.
Come on, cuz.
I have nothing.
No, you have to sing. We're not singing anymore. Just introduce the show. We have a special guest today.
Ooh, maybe she can sing.
Ooh, I don't sing.
Nothing? All right. That's okay. Oh my goodness, cuz we're on episode 35. Can you believe we made it this far?
No, I can't.
Why?
Because it's commitment.
Oh, yeah, you're bad at that. Hey, speaking of commitment, I need to ask you a question. What do you count as the first episode of the show? Or when do you count the first episode? The first one that we uploaded to YouTube, or the first one that we got started on an actual podcast feed where you could listen to it through a podcast catcher?
I'm going to have to say YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, cuz happy anniversary coming up very soon, March 9th. Will be 1 year that we've been podcasting.
Shut your face. You can open it back.
Thank you.
Seriously? Oh, that's right, because we went to Mexico and I had to do it before, right?
Yeah, and we were supposed to do it every week, so we should have 52 episodes, but because of you, we're about 16, 17 episodes shy.
Because of me?
Well, I mean, okay, I missed one day. And that's because I had an emergency with a friend who was in a very bad situation.
Sure.
Hey, why are you being so rude? Introduce my niece for crying out loud.
Oh, I'm doing a sucky job at that stuff.
We have a special guest with us today. My lovely niece.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Mija. You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Danielle. I am his niece.
And my cousin.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm number 2's cousin.
Sometimes when I hear myself as number 2, I think of number 2.
Well, look, cuz if it makes you feel any better, I think of you almost every time I take a shit.
Yeah, I have an issue with that.
I've heard.
I can't wait to get our bathroom back. I hate sharing.
Oh, I thought you meant you had a problem shitting.
Thankfully, I have not. Because I think I've been trying to eat better.
Well, good.
Healthier things.
I've been eating better, and at the beginning of this ketogenic diet that I started, you had to eat you have to eat a lot of fats. And when I first started, I got to tell you, everything felt very lubricated coming out, and I think it was all that extra fat.
That's disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Yeah, I got mad because little Luis had to use the bathroom when he got home from school, and I was trying to fix my room, and I'm like, just spray, flush as you go along. He's like, do you want me to open the window again like I did last time?
Oh my goodness, are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Dang.
It's bad. I have such an issue. And he was like, look, when he comes out, look, Mom, you can come in here. It doesn't smell.
Mom, come smell the bathroom after I take a dump. Tell me if you smell anything.
I'm like, how many times? I mean, you hear that saying, you think your shit don't stink.
I know you like to think, yo, shit don't stink. Yeah, I know that saying.
Anyway, yeah. So, anyway, it actually didn't smell. Now I'm wondering. Now I'm wondering if he left the window open.
So you're
I need
saying
to check that
you're
out.
saying your son is better than us, right?
Aw.
Those words did not come out of my mouth.
Well, I mean, that's what people. Hey, when they say you think your shit don't stink, it's because you think you're better than us. You're saying his shit didn't stink, so he must be better than us.
I don't know because I haven't tried to smell y'all. So, and I don't think it's gonna happen.
Because come
You
smell
be
mine.
your own judge. No,
Look, I'll tell you right now, I'm better than no person.
no, that's like evil,
Oh man.
pure evil. But I'm gonna tell y'all. I think on our last episode, or maybe the one before, I made this butternut squash soup.
Talking about better nuts.
Yes, and I purified
The better
the
nuts.
butternut squash. Yeah.
So wait, you took some
So-
better nuts, you squashed them, and puree. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. So this time, I did it with asparagus. I did asparagus, celery,
That makes my pee
kale.
stink.
Asparagus does?
Oh yeah, it's notorious for that. It's good though. It's good for you. Cleans out your pee system.
Does it?
Yeah, it's good for you. It just makes your pee stink. It smells like ammonia. I mean, mine usually. I'm sorry, Miha. I'm sorry you have to hear this.
No, that's okay.
Mine usually smells pretty salty to begin with. What's your problem?
That's disgusting. Now I'm going to have to go smell mine.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Mine smells like coffee when I drink too much coffee.
Oh my God, Danielle. So does mine
Yeah.
every
Oh
morning.
my That I didn't realize that was a
Wait.
thing, but when I've had probably like 2 coffees, it'll smell like coffee.
What am I? I've never.
Wait, at work, like after everybody's had their coffee, because like the ladies are in there and it's literally, it smells like a fresh
That's
brewed pot of
crazy.
coffee.
Oh, that's horrible. I've never
I'm glad
heard
that's
that.
not just me.
Miha,
Yeah.
the thing, you heard it here first, folks. Oh man, number 2 podcast talking about number 1 coffee.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, that was weird. But anyway, y'all need to try the asparagus soup.
Okay.
I haven't smelt my
Speaking
pee,
of
but
piss, why don't you try that asparagus soup?
you're the one that brought up the pee.
Hey, let me ask you something, cuz. Do you like your
What?
pee with cream and sugar or black?
And cream and sugar.
All right. I can't believe she had an answer for that.
I know.
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, we
Try
had,
that.
Was that your healthy recipe that you wanted to talk about?
Well, you didn't let me finish.
I'm sorry, go ahead. And please,
It was-
do me a favor. Pull your microphone closer to you, please. I can barely hear you right now.
Oops, sorry for making all that
and
noise.
make a lot of noise while you're doing it, too.
Does my hair look okay?
Oh, it's fantastic. That's the most beautiful helmet I've ever seen. Come on, cuz nobody watches these videos. Last one only got
have
like 12 or 13 views.
I have a ball spot.
I think they were all Martha also.
Martha kept replaying it. Anyway.
Oh, by the way,
so,
just to give some context real fast, Marva, the person that I hate, the one who doesn't deserve to be on the show, that's your mom, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Does she know how much I hate her? Especially when she ruins the show.
No. Why? How did she ruin the show?
Just existing.
he's so mean. Anyway.
By the way, Marva, go buy a shirt. Just saying.
Yeah, Joshua and Louis. Well, Joshua said he wanted to buy one, but it was too expensive.
Oh my goodness, that's the cheapest I can put them. Look, I don't want to.
I know.
I don't want to make this a
It's-
commercial. But
I
$12.99
know.
is the sell price. Go get it right now while they're on sale
That's not bad.
because they're going to go up sooner or later.
Get it while supplies last.
I want a VFX shirt.
It's a VFX.
VFX.
I am the VFX Mex. That stands for Visual Effects Mexican because I do visual effects.
Yeah, I did some visual effects with my asparagus because you never let me finish.
Oh, so anyway.
It's asparagus, kale, celery, onion, garlic, and ginger.
Oh, that sounds
And I
delicious.
cooked it all together with chicken broth.
Oh.
And I cooked it all together.
Hey.
And I put it in the Ninja. And I made it soupy. It wasn't. There were no chunks. It was delicious.
Chicken broth. Next time, no lie, use bone broth.
I know you told me that, but I didn't go to the store.
But you don't listen to me because what do I know? Nothing, obviously.
Is bone broth come in like a canister of powder?
No, well, I think they have a powdered form, but they also have a liquid form that comes like in a carton that has a reusable, like a resealable lid, a screw-on lid.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who want to know how to cook with bone broth, listening to the show.
Okay.
It's just it's higher in calories, but it's supposed to be really good for you. It tastes good, and there's like collagen in there that like helps heal the lining of your stomach and helps with your skin. Which, by the way, I need some desperate help with my skin.
What's wrong with it? It looks shiny.
I just
clear.
recently got rid of a pimple, and then 2 more came back right next to it. This is the one that disappeared, and then I got a third one over here over my eye, and then I got one growing on my ear back here.
You know why?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going on.
It's the fat intake.
You're a fat intake.
Fat comes out in your face.
Fat comes out of your face.
Like squeeze your nose together and see if you can
Squeeze
get
your
grease
nose together and see what happens.
That's why. Because
I'm fat. Thanks a lot, guys.
No, I did not say that. I'm just wondering how you can get rid of that if you're doing that
I just
keto.
have to keep my pores clean.
I guess, or stop eating fat food.
Hey.
There you go. That wraps up our health tip.
Does it? Wait, Miha, didn't you have a health thing also?
Oh, no, my mom just suggested we talk about health stuff.
All right.
Yeah, she
Rule
likes
for the
that
show, no
topic.
more suggestions from your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom is banned from this show. Her ideas are banned from this show.
Oh, yeah. We don't want any Debbie Downers here.
Yeah. All right. So that's the end of that segment. Talking healthful tips. If you eat a lot of fat, you get zits.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I wrote that by myself.
Really? I like
Like
Thank you, man.
a split second ago.
All right. Didn't you want to talk about something else? You had a question for my Miha.
Oh, yeah. So you work, right, Danielle?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, what kind of question is that? What do you think my niece is a freeloader of some sort? You think she's a full-time college student, and she's had like 3 jobs, and I found out today an entrepreneur of sorts.
Not yet.
Okay.
But on her way.
So I just wanted to put that
Hey, cuz, do you work?
setting out there for our listeners that may not know if Danielle has a job or not.
All right.
All right. Well, I do.
Okay.
Well, considering that it's mostly family who listens, they should know that she has a job.
We have other listeners, cuz.
That's
How
true.
are we getting shout outs from other podcasts?
That's true. Shout out to From the Bronx with Love. I want to shout out to A Little Moss podcast. I love your show. I'm a big fan. I'm trying to get my cousin to listen, but she doesn't listen to anything, not even this show.
Yeah, whatever. So, I was just wondering, Danielle, have you had any, like conflicts with any type of management or coworkers? And if you have, how do you handle it? Being young. I mean, you're 19, right?
I'm 20.
19. Okay, you're 20.
She's
sorry.
about to turn 21 in
Yeah.
a few months, cuz. Where the hell have you been?
Danielle, anyway.
Anyway, yeah. So no, I actually, I don't know. I haven't had any conflicts with any coworkers or managers. I'm an
You
easy
just do
person.
what you're told.
I'm an easy person to get along with. Yeah, I do what I'm told, and I haven't been told to do something out of the ordinary that doesn't seem right. So, yeah, I really haven't had any problems.
Well, lucky for you.
I know.
I feel like this.
I honestly.
I feel like this question is secretly about Lourdes.
I mean,
No, it's not.
Have you ever had to fight with your management?
Fight? No, because I would probably kick ass. No, it's not about me. even though it just so happens that...
Oh, my goodness.
I knew it.
No, it's
Connect the
not.
dots, please.
Someone else asked me to ask a question, and I mean, I could ask you the same question, but I know that you're probably not going to talk about anything work related.
I used to work at a shoe store. Well, it was a department store, and I sold shoes there. And while I didn't fight with management, we did butt heads a lot because, hang on, let me just fix it. There we go. We did butt heads a lot because, I don't know, they thought we were some elevated form of a store, and I'm like, we sell shoes here that cost as little as $10. You want me to get down on my hands and knees and take somebody's crusty foot in my hand and slip it into this shoe like they're paying $700 a pair? Ooh. No thanks. No, that's not going to happen. Unless she's pretty and she has nice feet. That's the only... No.
No, someone had just asked me because I told them that I was going to... we were going to have a guest speaker and we were going to do our show. And they just brought up a situation at their job. And I was like, you know what? Let me just see what someone else's intake or, what their approach is on handling conflict at work. And since y'all don't have any, well, good for y'all.
Yeah, luckily, no. But I would definitely attack that head on and just go up to them and be like, tell them how I feel.
You haven't had any conflict. I'm sorry. Oh.
No, she said she'd just go attack it head on and just let them know how she felt. Mm-hmm. Especially if it was something that she really maybe felt was wrong, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, good. That's my Mija. She's a strong, independent woman. You could learn a thing or two from that, Lourdes.
Oh.
No, I pretty much let people know how I feel, especially at work.
When they're walking right over you. That doesn't feel good. I'd rather you walk around me, please.
Is it a rule of thumb or a thumb of rule?
It's definitely a thumb of rule.
Here's a good rule of thumb.
No, you're saying it wrong. It's a thumb of rule because you rule with the thumb, like a remote control. Go ahead with your thumb of rule.
You get paid to do a job, not to be talked down to or disrespected. That's it.
Is that your thumb of rule?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Because I was going to say, all right, my Mija hasn't had...
I know it's rule of thumb. I was just throwing that out there.
Because you're embarrassing yourself every time you say rule of thumb. Please, I'm telling you, it's thumb of rule. I would bet your life on it.
Anyway, go ahead.
Mija, so you haven't had any conflict at work that you've had to deal with, but didn't you recently have almost like a conflict, a sort of stressful situation with the police?
Oh, yes.
You want to talk about that?
I'm not a fan of police after this, honestly. I was...
I'll say this. I'm a fan of police and that they protect us and keep us safe, but every time I get pulled over, I'm not a fan of police either.
Yeah. I haven't had a great encounter. But no, this last time I was with my friends. And we were coming from this Chinese restaurant. So we were just going home too. And before that, we had an organization meeting and, just doing what we do. And we got pulled over for going 10 over the speed limit. We were doing 80 and a 70. But we were exiting. So I feel like he probably clocked us earlier. And
I'm not so sure he clocked him. I think he just saw a car full of girls and just assumed they were speeding.
That too. What
do you think about that, cuz?
I think it's possible. Was he young or old?
No, he was older gentleman. But no, we got pulled over and my roommate was driving. Her name is Ni, and she's a little Asian girl, a little Vietnamese girl. Looks innocent, completely innocent. We get pulled over. He asked for a license and everything, and he after that he had asked us where we were coming from, where we were headed, and we told him we were headed home. He asked us individually, oh, is this home for everyone? Because we told him specifically where we lived. And he made us all say the apartment complex we lived in. And then he took her out. He said, ma'am, I'm going to need you to step out of the vehicle. I got to ask you some further questions. And
does she have a record?
No. And initially, when he came up to the car.
More importantly, does she have a record player?
No. I don't believe so. But initially, when he approached the car, he asked us to all show our hands where he could see them. And that was the first thing we noticed. We were like, whoa, that's never happened, like, just for being pulled over 10 over.
Well, growing up Mexican.
Yeah, we've been pulled over a lot, and that's never happened.
Are you serious?
No, I'm joking.
That happened. Oh, okay.
I was like,
I was about to say.
Danielle was like, that's never
that
happened.
really's never happened to me.
Well, I mean, look, she's a young girl. I mean, she stays out of trouble for the most part. And I gave her the warning. I was like, look, for future reference, anytime a cop pulls you over, turn on your dome light, put your hands on the steering wheel, or if you're, passenger seat, on your dashboard, or if you're in the back, on the back of the car seats, just so the cop can see your hands, because they're worried about their life, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
and I'm
it's
worried about
understandable.
our lives, and I want them to see that we're no threat to them.
Yeah. Can I ask one more question before you finish?
No. No, go ahead.
Does your friend have a whole bunch of air fresheners hanging in her car, like those little green Christmas trees?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't have any
Okay.
air fresheners. with
Oh,
her.
are you implying that they smoke weed in the car?
No, I did not even. I wasn't even going there. They say like drug dealers that traffic drugs. They put those little green
Christmas trees?
pine tree. Yeah,
Pine tree, yeah.
yeah, and they like have like 10 of them hanging to offset the smell. Oh, anyway,
No problem there.
okay, just checking.
But no, well, that would make sense. But he did ask her if we had narcotics in the car, and we were like, no. And
we already smoked them.
no, we keep that at home.
I said you should have been like, what's with all the questions? What are you, a cop? You trying to write my biography or something? What's going on?
Really, though. But as she's getting questioned outside, another cop comes up to us and starts questioning the rest of us in the vehicle, he asked us what we had at the Chinese restaurant to where we were before, everything. He asked us in depth about the organization we were in. And as that's happening, 2 other cop cars pulled up, and
2 more cop
Oh my
cars.
gosh.
Yeah.
For a car full of 5 college girls.
yeah.
That sounds weird. Did
It
they
was
frisk
really
y'all?
suspicious. We had no idea what was going on. And at the end, he let us off with a warning, but it was all completely unnecessary.
He let y'all off with the warning, but your friend was the only one driving.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to let y'all go with the warning. And we had no idea.
Is that like police brutality?
No, but it very
It's a
easy.
form
I mean,
of
it
it, I
could
guess.
have.
I mean,
If any one of them, because I didn't hear if you just said it, but he had asked them what they each had for dinner at the restaurant that they were coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Ask each one individually. And if anyone would have refused, I mean, who knows what could have happened.
oh my gosh.
And I don't want this to come off as
they
like,
didn't like frisk you, did they?
No, they didn't ask any of the other of us to get out of the car, just her. And I think they really just want to make sure our stories lined up, and which is, I don't know. It seems seems a lot extra for just being pulled over for speeding. Like,
yeah. I wonder if somebody reported y'all or something. We're all like
For what?
screaming out the window.
no,
if we're going 10 miles over, I mean,
we were going home
technically, yes, you're speeding, you're doing the wrong thing, but 10
Right.
miles over to get 3 cop cars.
and questioned
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. I would have reported them.
And I don't want this
Unnecessary.
to come off as anti-cop, because we're not
No.
anti-cop. But it
No.
is this day and age with all the stories you hear, it's scary
Yeah.
when a police officer, because they're trained to ask you questions so they can trip you up. Like they want to.
But why do they want to trip you up?
Oh man,
you're
I don't
doing
know.
something wrong,
Well, I mean, yeah,
you're
to
obviously
trip you
gonna
up
get
if you've done
caught.
something wrong. But I know every time I get pulled over, whether it's speeding or if I get pulled over for no reason, I get nervous. Like I just feel guilty. Probably growing up Mexican and Catholic, I just have a naturally guilty conscience.
You sure it has nothing to do with the family.
Like this last time I got pulled over, one of my headlights was out and I didn't know it. And the guy comes up and knocks on my window. Oh, my window was already down, but he comes up to the window and he asked me for my ID. And I'm like, this was recent, like right after I'd
Were
gotten
you
my
like shaking here?
kind of. This was right after I'd gotten my speeding ticket in that small town that I didn't name. And this was like a week or 2 after that. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what did I do this time? I can only take defensive driving one time to take care of a ticket. If I
It's not true. You can actually take it twice.
In
if
1
not
year?
more.
Yeah, I'm doing it again.
Oh, well, still,
Yeah.
at the time, this is what I was thinking. So true or not, this is what's going through my head.
As long as the judge approves it.
Well, I don't want to have to take that time to see a freaking judge because I don't like them any more than I like dealing with police. Because if you think I feel guilty in front of police, ask me how I feel in front of a judge.
Oh, I had to go in front of a judge before, but go ahead, finish.
Great story, cuz. Thanks for interrupting. So he asked me for my ID, and I'm just, nervous thinking about how much my insurance is going to go up. So I open my wallet and pull out the card, and I give it to him, and he says, "Well, I don't take Visa, brother." I accidentally pulled out my debit card and was trying to hand it to him because it was just
sure, you thought you were just going to be able to pay that cop off, right?
Not with my debit card. Maybe with yours, Miss Two Income Family.
Whatever. I got a notification today that my balance is low.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's scary, and I can't imagine what it's like being a woman, like a young woman, being pulled over and asked all these questions, especially when you weren't doing anything wrong other than going a little bit fast.
Yeah, Nee was definitely shaken up. When she got back in the car, she was like heavily breathing. She was about to cry, and she had to like take a minute to like gather her thoughts because she thought she was about to get in trouble for I don't know. They just made it seem so much worse than what it was.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
Totally.
They were looking for trouble.
Yeah, I think so.
They were scaring little girls.
I think they were just messing with you. Yeah. That's so wrong too.
That is.
Yeah.
And I know.
I mean, I know serve and protect, but it doesn't mean serve and bully. That's wrong.
Yeah. And I know after any experience I have with a police officer, I'm a little flustered, and I'm trying to get out of there as fast as I can, and sometimes I accidentally almost speed away, which makes me look even more guilty.
Before. But damn good and well, if y'all went to a Chinese restaurant, y'all smelt like food.
I know.
Totally.
We had to go.
Delicious food.
One of our friends had to go box. If they didn't believe us, then
oh my
gosh.
Damn.
Yeah, and
I would have gotten like patrol number, like vehicle numbers.
Well, I didn't even realize that there was 3 cop cars until we left because it was dark and they were pulled up behind us, and so I didn't realize that till after that so many had showed up.
But even if you got their numbers, it's hard to issue a complaint and be like, we got pulled over for speeding and they asked us a bunch of questions. Well, they were doing their job, but there's doing your job, and then there's, like you said, kind of bullying, and it sounded like they were kind of bullying. Like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe a group of college girls could have been drinking, but that's pretty easy to prove. Who is making that door squeaking noise in the background?
The girls are back. They went to go teach Priscilla how to drive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Priscilla's learning how to drive?
Yeah.
Do they have any stories to tell about that?
No, but I do. Yesterday I was like, it's been a while since she's driven. So I'm like, hey, just get in, let's go. So
did she get pulled over by the cops too?
No, but we were at Terrell Park, and I'm like, whoa, Priscilla, because like instead of her, she was backing out of the parking space, and instead of her braking, she was still pushing the gas, and I'm like, okay, wait, calm down. So she like puts it in park in the middle of the parking lot. Of course, there's nobody, there were no other cars there.
Wait, real quick. Do you remember that episode of Bob's Burgers I showed you?
Wait, I already know where this is going. Is this the one where Tina learns how to drive? I love that episode.
There's one other car in the parking lot. And she drives right to it. She's,
and then Bob the whole time is like, Tina, turn the wheel. You're going straight to the only car in the parking lot.
So is that...
He's like, damn it, Tina. Yeah. So she pulls out. She's driving, and like literally, it's like, when you're like playing those arcade games where you're driving and like
where you're oversteering those games.
Yes, and I kept telling her, I was like, Priscilla, you don't have to. She's like, I know. I don't know what's wrong. It's just been a while, and it took a while for her to get a good grip on the wheel.
Oh my goodness! So
I don't know how it went today.
You're gonna have 2 teenage drivers on your insurance now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yikes!
Yeah, because I don't know how, but they work. So
yeah, but you're getting so old. You have 2 daughters who are driving.
That's okay because I'm young at heart,
You're
and
young
I still get ID. I try not to fart, even though I feel
That's
like
not
that's
good.
kind of changing.
Well, you're getting
Yeah.
older because, your body doesn't have the same enzymes it used to when you were younger to break down food properly. So if you're eating a lot of red meat, especially, it's not going to happen. You're going to get gas. You're going to get pains.
Hello? Haven't you been hearing about my soups? I'm not eating that much red meat.
I heard about how your pee smells like coffee sometimes, and that was really gross.
Oh. So, yeah. Anyway, what was I saying?
We're talking about Priscilla
God.
driving.
Still driving, and you're getting old, and you can't remember anything now.
No. Okay, so that's it with Priscilla. But about the cops. So yesterday, my mom came by and I gave her some of my famous asparagus soup. And so I'm standing outside talking to her. And because there's like one round of shots, like someone's firing a gun, and it sounds like it's literally like next door. So
I've been in your neighborhood.
That's,
It was probably next door.
that's highly likely.
So like I felt so bad because I like run inside and I don't close the door all the way because my mom's still sitting in her car. And I look at her and her face is like, and then again, like bam, 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 bam. And I'm like, I was so scared. When you said your friend was kind of like shaking, I was trembling because I was like, oh shit, someone just got shot. I'm going to hear some screaming. I'm going to hear some cars peeling off and nothing. I didn't hear anything. And I was like, do I call the cops? No, because I don't know where it came from. And I didn't see anybody with a gun. So, it was
So wait, nothing happened from that? Like,
No, I was waiting. I was like, are the dogs going to start barking?
You mean like how we're waiting for an end to the story?
I mean, yeah. Nothing happened.
All right, so to be continued, because something might happen. You might find a dead body later down the road with a couple of
No, my
gunshots.
point that I was trying to make was that
There's a
it was
point.
kind of pointless to call the cops because they weren't going to be able to do anything.
Just
But
like
yet
just like
they
telling this
stopped.
story.
Shit.
You can call the
Anyway.
cops, but they'd probably pull you over for speeding in your driveway.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway. Oh, I had something else to say about the shirt.
Speaking of this shirt, go ahead. Let me see. Show the shirt again.
It's,
A la.
that's me in the middle.
That's an A you're pointing at. A la.
Oh, right there.
What's it say? A la.
A la muerte.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. The movie I never made. Thanks for rubbing that in
Yeah.
my face.
No,
seriously.
so
Thanks
I
for buying
put
that
the
shirt.
shirt on. I put the shirt on, and the girls were like, "Oh, I like that." And Priscilla was like, "A la." Okay, so I'm like waiting for her because I don't know if you know that there's a Mexican, I don't know, saying or whatever, where they say "a la verga."
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a la chingada.
Well, that too.
A la verga. What's that one? What's that one mean?
That means like, penis, but the bad word for it.
You talking about
So,
wiener?
yeah. Like
To the wiener?
DICK.
To the wiener, to the wall,
To the wall.
till the sweat runs down my huevos.
Anyway, so I'm like,
No,
okay.
seriously. What does a la verga mean? I honestly, I don't know what that means. I don't
it's
speak much
like
Spanish.
a la chingada, but it's like a la DICK.
So when would you use that expression as opposed to a la chingada? Because a la chingada, I
Either
understand.
way, it's like if you're mad or vete a la whatever. Vete a la
So
chingada.
if Luis gets mad at you, one day he might be say, "Ya me voy a la verga."
Yes, he could say that.
And what does that mean
It would
exactly?
be really weird.
So if he said, "Ya
He
me
said that.
voy a la verga," what would that mean translated literally?
Because, there's not an
Ya me
exact...
voy means what?
I'm going
A la verga literally it means.
to the DICK.
So he might get mad at you one day and say, "I'm going to the dick."
Yes. But that's probably not Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry you have to hear.
I mean,
your cousin talks this
I'm
way.
finding out a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even my whole point is I'm walking in my bedroom with my shirt on, all proud, and Priscilla's like, "Oh, I love Edgar."
What?
And I was like, "Priscilla, don't say that. Wait, what does that even mean?" And so I had to tell her what I'm telling you guys.
Oh, no. She knew what that means because that's not what the word that says on that shirt right there.
But she
That
said that's
shirt
what
says, "A la
she
muerte."
said that's what it reminded her of.
And she played dumb like me, pretending not to know what it meant. And you fell for it twice.
Possibly I did fall for it.
In the same day?
Yeah.
No. You really didn't know what that meant?
Kind of. I thought it meant a woman's parts. That would explain my luck in dating.
No. Verga is not vagina.
How do you say vagina in Espanol?
The bad one?
Any of them. I need to change my
don't
dating
know.
profile.
I guess. Vete a la pussy.
Tema puseta? That's not a real word. I think that's a made up word.
Oh, penocha? I don't know.
Cochina! This is supposed to be a somewhat semi-family show. My niece is right here.
And
Sorry,
now,
she
Golly.
pees coffee. What are you talking about?
All right. So
Anyway.
anyway, yeah, your shirt. Thank you. It looks better than I could hope for. That was... Damn, what's that face?
That's me.
You just made a chimpanzee face looking down. You were all like...
I can't see myself.
Just... You should be on your screen right now.
I know, but if I'm looking down, I can't see myself. So I don't know what that face was.
I got you. No, real quick, just a backstory on that shirt. A la Muerte was a project I did for school that I was hoping to turn into like a web series or even a movie. I never wrote it, but I just made a trailer that you were in. Thank you for being in it. Our cousins and your nephew.
Yeah.
Your nephew Elijah was in it. Your son, your son was in it. I implied that he was going to have to dig his own grave because I threw a shovel right next to him. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember. And I
know
was
what?
like super hungover that day. It was
You know what?
bad.
Screw it. I am going to edit that video into this. So anybody watching this on YouTube, go to youtube.com/campfyre. That's CAMPFYRE. You'll be able to see the trailer that I'm talking about because I'm going to splice it in right now.
How far we're gonna take it?
A la muerte. And I hope you enjoyed that little trailer. That was something I did for school.
It was fun. I thought it was actually going to be, I thought I was going to be famous. But I'm not.
Yeah, thanks for rubbing my failures in my face. Oh, man.
Anyway, so what else are we talking about?
I don't know. We have our podcast anniversary coming up real soon, March 9th. I'm actually really excited about that. We should probably do something for it.
That's disgusting. Anyway, oh wait, guys. It's Isabel.
All right. Is she gonna take a number one or number two?
I don't know. We can time her if we want.
Okay. Setting a timer now. Just kidding. I didn't say anything. Hey, Isabel, what are you doing over there?
I have some turds in the toilet. They're just floating and stuck.
That's interesting. Do you ever take a whiff of it? Oh my goodness, guys. What is, hey, is that Priscilla too?
It's crazy.
Well, she can't help it. She got to poop. You know what I'm saying? Bila, did you smell it too? What'd you think of it?
I think it's cute. That's disgusting. They
That
do
is
not
disgusting.
smell. They actually, when they had their own restroom, they would like go in there together.
What?
Danielle, you live with girls, other females.
I do.
Do y'all like open door policy? Like if you're in the bathroom, you don't have no problem if somebody walks in and.
We each have our own individual bathroom.
But I mean, do they ever need to like go in there and get something? Or hey, do you have any feminine products? And you're like, sure, come in. I'm just peeing coffee.
Oh yeah, no, none of us.
Me, I think I heard a little snort in there.
No, none of us are picky like that. We don't care.
So they can come in while you're taking
So they can come in while you're taking care of business.
Yeah, if they have to.
I don't even feel comfortable like taking a poop and Luis walking in. People
Really?
I talk to, that I work with or that I know will say, oh, they don't have a problem taking a crap in front of their husbands.
My roommate and I are super close, and I'd say it's probably the closest thing I'm going to come to marriage, and I have no problem doing that in front of her.
I've heard. Cousin, are you there?
Yeah,
are you with us? Or are you?
I'm
no.
in
How
shock.
about this? Here's a story I heard, not from a person I know, but somebody I heard. They are a married couple. While she is using the bathroom sitting down, if her husband has to pee, she will just spread her legs open and he'll pee right between her legs into the toilet.
That's disgusting.
No way.
I'm thinking, no way. This dude has an awesome aim because I have an entire toilet to aim at, and sometimes I miss just.
I can't even
misfire.
imagine. Luis would probably pee all over me.
On purpose.
Gross.
Gross.
He says, "Vas a la verga."
The show is turning rated R, and we have a guest.
I know, my little niece. You're talking so
know.
filthy. My goodness,
I
cousin.
just think it's weird
It is
peeing and
weird.
pooping in front of people.
Yeah, I prefer more mystery. I would not want to see my significant other pooping. And if I had to pee that bad, I would just go outside and pee in the bushes. If I had to poop that bad, I'd be like, baby, you got to get the heck out of here because I got this shit so bad. It's going to ruin our relationship.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know. Shit stinks. Why would you want to be in there smelling that?
No, you like to think yo shit don't. Wait, hey, what about little Luis? His shit doesn't stink. You told us that earlier.
No, I just said it didn't smell when I went in there. I didn't say it. He may have sprayed enough, and I need to check that window to see if it's open.
Did I tell the story on here? When we were kids at grandma, somebody's house, somebody was babysitting us. I was taking a poop, and this was back when we were kids, so small I couldn't reach the lock to lock the door. And Andrea had to pee really badly. And she was telling me to hurry up, but I couldn't because I was in the middle of taking care of my business. So I was like, well, I pee in the bathtub all the time. Just go use the bathtub. So she comes in and she sits down on the edge of the bathtub and pees in the bathtub. And then she gets some toilet paper and cleans the pee out of the bathtub and throws the toilet paper away.
Well, at least she was cleaning up after herself.
Why didn't she just turn the bath water on?
Did you tell her to do that?
Because I was taking a dump.
Don't you love it when you're kids and you don't care? Like, you could walk around naked and you don't care who sees you. You have no...
Shame?
Yeah.
No,
It's
I was
not
more
even
self-conscious
shame.
as a kid.
Self-conscious,
Were
like
you?
Danielle just
Well,
said?
but what age, though? Because, 8 and 9, I could see where you're like, you're starting to get little bumps. And that could be
I didn't get my bumps till I was a teenager.
That could be like hair bumps or boob bumps.
Oh. Because what happened to our PG-13 rating?
I didn't say pubes or tits, okay?
Next next question.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on. So we'll be celebrating our 1-year podcast anniversary. And we didn't even prepare for it. We have no celebration plan. You know what? We'll celebrate at 100 episodes. That'll be our real anniversary.
Yeah, that would be cool. Or 75. It's like 75 years of marriage.
Or 50. I mean, we haven't hit 50 episodes yet, which we should have done in our first year. No thanks to you.
Well, you never asked me my opinion on when we were counting, so technically that's not my fault.
We uploaded our first episode on March 9th, and we uploaded our second episode on March 27th. And I guarantee you that time... What are you doing?
I'm about to tell you, I was out of town. I was in Mexico. How could I upload or do a show?
The same way that we pre-recorded some shows here just to have a little backlog to get us through the times that we weren't going to be available.
I think somebody used my bathroom because I could...
Wait, is Isabel still in there?
No, she left, but I can smell Lysol. And
Well, just be glad you don't smell anything else.
it's a mixture.
All right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so,
So Danielle's going to be turning 21 this year.
oh my
I'm so
God.
excited. I'm
trying to prepare
Are
her
you
for her
going to buy
first drink.
alcohol
Am I gonna buy alcohol, like a bottle?
or beer, whatever you drink?
I hope to not pay for anything that night.
Well,
Please be safe. Don't do the 21 shots in one night thing.
Oh no.
that's just
No.
stupid.
Maybe 21 shots in the weekend. My birthday's on a Friday, side note.
So 21, that's 7 shots a day. That's
Oh, I
doable.
can do that.
Still alive.
I'm
Especially
joking.
following like that third day when you've already had 14 shots over the past 2 days. Yeah.
Do it
No,
over a
challenge accepted.
Do
No,
it over
man. No,
do it
no.
over a week, Daniel. Your birthday
Yeah.
week. Or I tell you what, your birthday month.
I'm not gonna be counting shots.
Lord.
No, I'm joking. Don't drink.
Lord, this. Okay.
Honestly, when I turned 21, despite the fact that I had a child already, I honestly didn't want to drink. Like, I didn't have the desire to go and buy alcohol or to say, hey, somebody go buy this, whatever.
Yeah,
it
that
kind
desire
of
came
slowed
after
down.
you had your second child, right?
No, it actually didn't start until I was like in my 30s. Yeah.
So what are you going to start in your 40s that you're real close to?
I don't know.
You going to start smoking weed?
I thought about it, but I don't know anyone to really trust. But I can't because smoking weed is illegal.
Yeah, that's illegal. That's the right answer.
Have y'all watched that movie, The House, with Will Ferrell and, I don't know, they're trying to send their daughter to college and they gambled off her money, her college money. It's
No.
pretty funny, but the mom gets hooked on smoking pot. And she's telling her husband, you know, ever since I started smoking, I just feel like free. I don't need anything else. You know, I have my daughter, I have my pot, da 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 da. And he's like, and you have me.
I've never heard of this movie, but it sounds like your future.
Stop.
Lord, this is. Are you gonna become a pothead? I can see Lord this as a pothead.
Oh, I think I have seen her as a pothead.
No. I mean, probably not until like I'm way older.
I'm going to tell a story that I've never told before. Mom, I'm sorry. Lord, this was my connection when we were 14 years old.
I never had
supplied-
drugs at 14.
You supplied me with all my weed when I was 14.
Oh, that's super
That's a
young.
lie. I never had pot at 14.
It's a total lie, Mom. I'm just kidding. I didn't
I was
smoke weed till I was
15.
20.
No, I'm joking. No,
I
I
was
wasn't
27.
15. I was 16. It's not much older, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
would-
my little...
I'm not bragging about that at all. It's bad.
Yeah, it's totally bad. And I hate it, and I don't recommend it to anyone, especially my little Mija. But she just went to Colorado recently.
Oh, really?
Oh,
What did
yeah.
you do there?
I smoked a bunch of weed, but it's legal.
Yeah.
Not for me because I'm underage, but
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know that. What's the age over there?
it's 21.
My goodness.
Are you going
I
to go
wasn't
back
buying
when
it.
you turn 21 to do it legally?
Probably.
Might as
I want to
well.
experience going into a dispensary and doing that, just like buying a bottle.
Oh. Just don't buy for anyone underage, because then you can get in trouble.
Okay.
Great advice.
Thanks, Lourdes.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Don't buy drugs for underage people.
Yes, ma'am.
You heard it here first. Number 2 podcast, saving lives.
No, you know what I mean. Obviously you're going to smoke it. Just don't give it to anybody.
Obviously, what if she wants to eat it? You ever think about that?
I've eaten it before.
Me too.
Yeah. Me too. Me three.
Man, they were the best cookies I think I ever had.
See, the one that I didn't have a cookie. I had like a chocolate.
Are y'all talking about a specific time?
No, we never ate together. Do we ever smoke together?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
One time, and we got in trouble because...
Because Andrea ratted us out to your mom.
Was
She
your
was the
mom there
narc.
too?
No, my mom was not there.
Andrea snitched.
Yes, and we were all in Phoebe's garage, and we were having a good old time.
Your daddy was so paranoid.
So
We were playing pool, and he heard a noise in Austin. He heard a noise and turned around. He's like, "Oh, I thought that was mom." Who was all the way back, 4 hours away, 4 or 5 hours away. But that was a fun night.
Yeah.
That was back, man, I miss, your brother was a lot of fun back then.
That was pretty
that was
funny.
before he whatever happened to him happened to him.
That's why you don't do drugs, because he's a prime example.
It was the fake stuff that messed him up, not the real stuff.
Well,
but yeah, that's why you don't do
be
drugs.
careful.
Yeah, I have a friend that her nephew did all the real stuff. He never did anything fake. But a friend of his, obviously he's not his friend, but switched it out. They gave him the fake stuff. And
See, that's not cool.
He
That's
smoked
not
it. He
fun.
smoked it one time, and his behavior was identical to Alex's, and he had to go in to get medical treatment and on this plan and blah blah blah. He's still not right. He goes in and out of, I don't want to say insanity, but he kind of has episodes, I guess, of where he gets paranoid and all this other stuff. But he truly, she said, he never smoked any fake stuff. The guy that gave it to him told his mom what he had did. And, of course, she threatened to, really hurt him, his life.
Way to bum me out, because we were
That's
having a good
crazy.
time,
I
laughing,
know.
talking
No,
about smoking
I'm
weed.
just
and
saying you have to be careful. That's going back to the question y'all asked me, am I going to be a pothead? Would I like to be a pothead? Maybe. But am I going to? No, because unless I grow it myself, which is not a bad idea.
Oh my goodness. How did this turn into the smoking pot show?
And
Actually, why hasn't this turned into the smoking pot show?
I don't know. I have one more story about that. Y'all are going to think all my friends are potheads. They're not.
I never said anything.
A friend of mine, she said that her and her husband were having issues, and he was like, you just need to calm down, whatever. And he went and gave her a joint to smoke. He planted a plant for them so she could have her own stuff to smoke.
Aww.
What a loving husband. What a great guy.
That was such a great story.
That's a happy ending.
That is a happy
Yeah,
ending.
why don't you tell more stories like that?
Yeah,
I mean,
I like
that's the
that
kind
one.
of stuff, the heartwarming stuff that I really like to hear. That's what Number 2 Podcast is all about.
All right, well, let's end that segment with that happy story.
Wait,
All
I
right.
have a happy story.
Oh, go ahead, Danielle.
Go ahead.
It's also about weed, but for the story, okay, so
For the exaggerated truth.
yeah, for the exaggerated truth, he was jokingly, trying to tell me to bring him something back, bring him a birthday gift because I was coming back around the time of his birthday, and I'd came back and I didn't. It was about a month later. I finally see him for his birthday. And we're busy. And I go to him for his birthday. What's so funny?
Yeah, what's so funny?
I just realized a month after his birthday. It was a whole month that you hadn't seen him for his birthday.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
We expect she's a busy college student.
I couldn't go down.
Full-time college student, has like 2 or 3 jobs, and she's about to be an entrepreneur. What do you expect from her? God, cut her some slack.
Sorry for not seeing my dad.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What do you do? How often do you see your dad?
I don't know. Maybe
You
once
look
every...
so cute. You look precious.
Yeah, think about that as you add up the amount of time.
Anyway, Danielle.
Okay,
yes.
but anyway, so after a month of not seeing my dad for his birthday, I still gave him a birthday gift, and it came in a birthday card, and the birthday card read on the front, it said, what do candlesticks and farts have in common? And then you open it, and it says both are more entertaining when lit with a match. And along with that saying came a birthday joint for him from me.
Allegedly.
As the story goes.
Not really. Yeah, as the story goes. It was really just a toothpick wrapped up in some
some paper.
That is so cool.
But either way, he was extremely surprised and definitely thanked me enough then, and then texted me the following day, thank you again.
for the toothpick.
For the toothpick that he's been kind of asking for.
Oh my gosh. I have not talked to your dad. I need to call him.
I really expected y'all to know that already.
No, I haven't talked to him in like...
He's being greedy.
Yeah.
No, my brother, he probably went home and flushed it right down the toilet.
Yeah.
How much do those run now?
Toothpicks?
Yeah.
You can get a pack at like H-E-B for real cheap. Now, the party toothpicks, the ones with like the little colored cellophane at the end.
Yeah.
Whew, nah.
Pricey?
Yeah, yeah.
Pricey.
Don't even bother with those.
I guess the better the quality, the more it is.
Totally.
I get it.
Yeah. That makes
I get
sense. That makes sense. I understand. I'm going to call your dad.
Yeah, you should call him and then tell him to share his toothpick with you.
Yeah, he gets one end and you get the other end, just like that. Problem solved. That way it's still clean. My goodness.
Oh,
Where have we
gosh.
drifted off to?
I don't know. This is bad. We need something positive.
How is that not positive?
I agree.
Yeah, how is that not positive?
I agree.
I'm positive you should legalize toothpicks.
Yeah. Cause
So once toothpicks are legalized,
I will be picking my teeth a lot.
I'm working on something at work. And where I work, they do not do drug tests. So
Go on.
I feel like there are people that are there. And I don't know if it's a religious thing of why they don't do it. I don't understand why they don't do it.
You mean they trust you?
Well, no. I mean, like when you apply, depending on your position and what dealings you'll be working with, they do a credit check. They do a background screening. They do reference checks and all that. But to me, to be able to, I mean, I just sometimes think that people have left work to go smoke and then they go back to work. I don't know.
Complain about that? Why do you complain about that job? You should never, ever complain about that job if you have that kind of freedom.
Yeah. I'm not saying that's...
I used to work at a restaurant.
Probably need to cut that
that
out.
shit happen all the time.
I work at a restaurant right now, and it happens all the time, managers included.
See, that's why you don't have any conflicts with management.
You know what? It makes sense.
Yeah, hey, I got something to lift you up. Not drugs.
That'd be really strong.
You're probably going to be disappointed.
Coming from you, most definitely.
I'm working on a tribute speech for my class. And the outline of the example that I was reading is on Steve Jobs.
Oh, cool. Hey, that's cool. I'm
Yeah,
a fan.
but
I know he wasn't the greatest human being, but I'm a fan of his work and what he's accomplished.
Well, reading that example and that outline, you couldn't really say if he was not a good guy because of some of the things that he did. Good things that he did. Anyway, I'm paying tribute to Mother Teresa.
You pick Mother Teresa over Steve Jobs? What did she ever do for the world? Hey, look, check it out. I can FaceTime my niece whenever I want to.
Oh, you are so wrong. Go ahead. Say it.
Okay, yeah. Mother Teresa didn't give me this technology. She wasn't responsible for this.
That is
I mean, look,
no.
I can do stuff. I can do stuff like this
Family, you are wrong all the time.
because Steve Jobs helped, pioneer this industry.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm speaking to you on a computer from the company that Steve Jobs founded.
That's good. Hey, I don't have anything against. I wasn't given an option to do Steve Jobs.
Well,
I was just reading his.
so why bring him up? I don't get it. What's the point?
I was going to talk about Mother Teresa.
And all the technology that she did not introduce to the world. Great story, cuz.
No, you went that way. No,
So
it's
what did Mother
funny.
Teresa do that was so great?
No, I'm not going to get into what she did. You got to find that out on your own. But since I've been reading and researching a lot about her and some of her work and her personality and blah, blah, blah.
Did they talk about what a big fan of the iPhone she was? Because she was.
Hey, she had connections. She knew how to
Totally.
get stuff done.
She had prototypes. She was going to do
Yeah.
a commercial for him, but I don't know what year she died.
She died in 97.
10 years before the iPhone came out.
See?
But that's how connected she was to Steve Jobs.
Anyway, I'm talking to
Because she
this.
was like, this man is going to change the world.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and she's like, the whole time she's talking, it's like not so much negative, but she just doesn't seem like a nice person with what she was talking about, how she was talking about somebody. And the whole time she's talking,
Wait, I don't know this girl, but does her name rhyme with Mortis?
no.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so the whole time she's
Go ahead,
talking,
Lourdes.
the whole time she's talking, why am I thinking of Mother Teresa and her kindness while this girl is talking?
Because that girl was holding an iPhone in her hand.
So I felt the need to share that with her.
About how Mother Teresa was friends with Steve Jobs and had an early prototype of the iPhone 10 years before it came out.
No, I was like, I felt a little embarrassed because I was like, how weird does this sound? I was like, I'm sorry. I have to tell you.
Like, excuse me, are you a nun that did some charity work in India several years ago? Because there's something about you that seems very familiar.
I was trying to get her to be calm and not have such
And carry on.
and have some careness in her.
Some what?
I don't know. Caress.
Did you say careness or terrorness?
Stop. You're so mean to me.
I honestly don't know what you just said. I'm trying to
I
figure out the
just
word.
made up a word.
I don't know if I'm supposed to make fun of you right now or if you used a real good word because I didn't understand what you said.
Let's just carry on. Forget Mother Teresa, okay?
Wow. I'm confused on the real story.
No, hang on.
Because your
I can't.
uncle
We
keeps
are not going to be the
interrupting
podcast that says
me.
forget Mother Teresa. That is awful. I will not sit here and let you talk about a saint. Yes, she's been canonized. She is Saint Teresa. You will not talk about a saint like that on this podcast. And you apologize right now, young lady.
I apologize.
And to Steve Jobs.
No.
Saint Teresa's good friend.
Were they really friends?
I don't know if they even knew each other existed.
Oh. I mean, she knew a lot of people.
So your story was you're doing a report on Mother Teresa, Saint Teresa.
Yeah.
Saint, she's canonized now.
I know, but
You're
I
doing
didn't
a
refer
report-
to her as Saint Teresa. I only refer to
then
her as Mother
your
Teresa.
report is completely incorrect. She's already been canonized. You're talking about someone who is a former
Yeah,
version
but
of...
what I'm citing is Mother Teresa.
Anyway, so if I got the story right, you're doing a report on Saint Mother Teresa,
Yes.
and this girl at work... Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you need water? Do we need to take a break?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. This girl at work was talking to you, and she reminded you of Saint Mother Teresa.
No, she didn't remind me of her.
Oh, you just kept thinking about her. She
Yeah.
was just popping in your head. Saint Mother Teresa was talking to you,
Yeah.
and
Whoa.
you felt compelled. Okay, now
I get it.
I'm telling you an interesting story. You told a terrible story.
You didn't
get it
let
at
me.
first.
Why didn't you get it, Danielle? Because he kept interrupting me about
I was just
Steve
confused all
Jobs.
around.
You started off with Steve Jobs.
Because
Why?
I was giving you an example
Of what?
of.
Of a famous person who deserves to have a report written about them?
I thought you
You
would
could have
find
started
it
off with
interesting.
you could have started off with Saint Mother Teresa. She
I
deserves
did.
to have a report
I
written.
said I'm doing a tribute to Teresa, Mother Teresa.
Teresa.
And then you went
Now
on to
we're
talk
on
about
a-
Steve Jobs.
Now we're on a first name basis.
Don't be disrespectful.
Oh gosh.
So Saint Mother Teresa was speaking to you at this moment while this girl was speaking to you.
I feel
and
like
you weren't
it.
sure which one to listen to. You
No, I felt
didn't
like
want to be rude to either one.
like this girl was. I feel like she has a lot of hatred or negativity. Not.
And that reminded you of Saint Mother Teresa.
No, it just reminded me of
Oh,
for me to share with her to not be that way. Just a simple act of kindness, gesture of some sort of kindness. And what her story that she was telling me was not nice. And so I'm sitting here thinking, you're not a very nice person. I was
So you
thinking,
were judging her.
No. She came out and told me, she's like, I'm just not a nice person. And I'm like, okay, I have to tell you this. And
you're not. I totally agree.
I
We
said,
can finally agree on something.
I was like, you are sometimes. And then I was like, well, you are nice to me. Anyway. So, yeah, I was just trying to spread the love. God. You ruined
just-
my story. Sorry, Danielle.
I feel like not that Mother Teresa wasn't talking to you, but I think it has a lot to do with the research. And I think that's why she mentioned the Steve Jobs research example.
But Eric,
Right, Lourdes?
yes, thank you. Eric doesn't let me finish half of my stories.
I don't understand the Steve Jobs. Who was doing research for Steve Jobs? Was that a previous assignment?
Just forget him. Just forget all about it. Can you,
Now forget
can you
Steve
cut
Jobs.
him
Now
out?
I can never forget Steve Jobs.
Just cut that part out of the show. Just cut it out. I think
What'd you
that
call me?
asparagus is coming to
Oh my goodness.
coming to an end.
Well, it's about time to wrap up the show, I guess.
Well, I
didn't
feel
get to
like
talk about
Danielle didn't talk about nothing except her police incident.
Y'all
and
had a lot of stories.
Well, did you have another question? Hey,
Yeah, you have a question? for
Mia,
me?
have you ever had conflict outside of work?
I mean, conflicts every day.
every day I'm hustling.
I currently have to do my defensive driving for a speeding ticket,
What?
which I got 2 last year, and I did go see a judge, and because I got pulled over in Kyle, I went to go see him, and they let me do it again.
That reminds me, I need to do my defensive driving as well. Oh my goodness, we're just like a crime-ridden family. Cuz what crimes have you committed lately?
None.
Well, aren't you Mother Teresa?
Actually, I know someone that I would never do this, but I know someone that has taken defensive driving classes for people before.
It's long. They're like 6 to 8 hours or something like
Yeah,
that.
6 hours is the minimum.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
There's like funny bone defensive driving, I think is what it's called, in my Texas driving.
There's a comedy.
There's something called the
comedy
internet that you can do it and just go. Are you done dying over there?
Yes, I have a tickle.
I hope it's not the flu.
No. I went to the doctor today on my lunch.
You have a tickle where?
And my
Testicles, 1, 2, 3.
That's sick. I don't have any testicles. Even though sometimes I feel like I do.
But what about
I seen man boobies. They were big.
Those aren't mine.
so you feel like you have testicles sometimes?
Yeah. Sometimes you have to like put your big girl pants on and get your balls in your hand and take care of business.
Well, I feel like when you put your big girl pants on, your balls just kind of fall over on the side.
Gross. That's disgusting.
I can't say that I can relate.
Sometimes you will one day. Especially, oh, Danielle, I have a question. Are you in a relationship with anyone?
No. I have a child. I say that I'm married to my roommate Nee, but
And your child is who?
Blaze.
Okay.
She has a dog named Blaze.
Yes.
So,
y'all, follow him on Instagram real quick at Stay Blazed.
Stay blazed.
I wonder where that name came from. So in your marriage with your roommate, are there things sometimes that you have to take charge of or ownership or initiative in getting things done? You know, are there things that Nee just doesn't feel comfortable doing or...
I mean, like changing the light bulb, I'll do.
There you go.
When it's little stuff like that,
That's
like
putting your...
little handyman work
There you
she doesn't
go.
really like to do, I'll do that.
See? See?
Yeah.
Yeah. One day
Definitely.
you will say, I got my balls in my hand, I'm changing this light bulb.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, listen, as someone who actually has testicles here, I'll say it's a bad idea to hold your balls in your hand while you're changing a light bulb.
It's
That's
just
really dangerous.
It's a figure of speech.
It's a finger of speech. It's a thumb of rule.
Stop.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, I have to go. Luis is probably going to come home, and he's going to be rude and make all kind of noises. And
Where's your husband from? Not real specific. Just what country?
oh, Mexico. Man, I was going to say it. Y'all, he's gained weight.
Okay.
He was doing so good. Like, he was not drinking. I was like, okay, what's wrong with him? He was making me feel uncomfortable. But I didn't say anything. I was supporting him, whatever. And he was losing weight. I was like, oh, homie looks good. And then, kabam.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. It's all on him. I can't control that stuff. And,
You can influence.
no, I don't even hardly drink.
Hardly.
I really don't. I don't drink. In fact, if we go out to dinner or something, he's always like, get you a drink. Get something. Get you a drink. And
you're
I'm like,
okay,
no,
I'll take some
just
Vegas
have...
lemonade and I'll get lost in the crowd and then you can have the rest of my drink because the weekend will be ruined.
That was bad. Danielle, if you ever go to Vegas after you're 21, do not... Make sure you just ask what the drinks are made with and try to stay away from the Vegas lemonades.
I feel like even if they told you what was in there, you'd be like, oh, that sounds good. I'll take two.
No. Mm-mm. I swear, I don't pass out on drinking, and I literally like
What was
passed
in
out.
that Vegas lemonade?
I don't know. But it was at a chicken place.
Wow.
What the hell, cuz?
Yeah.
You're no longer allowed to make your own decisions.
I swear. It blows my mind that happened. I was super embarrassed too. Because I'm not used to letting Phoebe or especially Alvaro and Andrea see me. Or Luis for that matter.
By the way, real fast, you told the story a few episodes ago about them in Vegas and how Alvaro was recording like a go-go dancer, a woman who was kind of like a stripper at the club. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was thinking, they're Mr. and Mrs. super religious couple, right? They're deep into the church.
Maybe not.
Evidently not. I mean, that just seems like something like goes against type for somebody who is super religious, real into the church, and to be recording something so kind of provocative.
Yeah.
That's why there's a thing called cradle Catholic.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that, but I bet I'm the definition of it.
Well, you know, when it came time to, like, on the Strip, they have guys that look like playgirl dancers. And then they have girls look like Playboy girls. They're dressed in like bunny outfits, really no clothes, but they have the ears and whatever. So I was like, oh my gosh, look, you know, they hardly have any clothes on. And guys and women, they would go up to them, they'd take pictures and they'd leave them money for tips, whatever. And so I thought for sure that Luis was going to be like, you know, yeah, I'll take a picture, whatever. And I was going to, as a joke, I was going to get in the picture too. I don't know what I was going to do, but I was going to do something funny. But he didn't want to. He didn't want to. But Alvaro was like, I mean, him and Andrea took pictures, and then they come across these chicks, and he takes a picture with the girls, and he is like big cheesing. Like his smile is like from ear to ear. And she put the two pictures together like in a collage, and I mean, it was like night and day.
What?
But it was so funny because I don't know why Luis didn't want to. I thought that was kind of awkward too, because I was like, you know, are you?
Well, maybe he thought it was inappropriate.
He could have. I honestly think he didn't feel comfortable with me like standing between these two fine ass men.
Oh, for sure, that's the real reason. I didn't want to say that because I was trying to take up for your husband, but yeah, that's definitely the reason. If you weren't there, he'd have taken a picture like this.
Probably.
They
had like bare butt cheeks painted. They were just
painted. He would
and
have his
boobs
head on
painted.
bumps.
Yeah. Probably either end. Anyway, I'm done.
Are you sure? Because I tried to end
story.
this show like 3 times already.
I know. Does Danielle have anything that she'd like to add?
Mija?
I think I've told enough of my crimes.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Hypothetically
So you're right.
speaking.
Hypothetical crimes.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was that
Allegedly.
much of a criminal.
She might not make as big an appearance on the show as we were hoping.
Oh, just drive safely. Don't break the law when you're driving.
Yeah, definitely that. Be safe. Do you want to, besides @StayBlazed? Oh, how do you spell that? Because it's a little bit different of a spelling.
Oh, yeah. Well, stay, StayBlazed.
It's a fun Instagram to follow.
It's funny.
And while you're on Instagram, go ahead and follow @Num2Pod and switch over to Twitter and Facebook. Follow @Num2Pod there. And if you have any funny stories you'd like to share with us, email us num2pod@gmail.com. And don't forget, support the show, buy a shirt, or just do some shopping on Amazon. Go to campfyrepod.com/merch. That's Campfyre, CampfyrePod.com.
That was really good. You lost me there a little bit in the spelling.
I'm sorry, what's wrong with the spelling?
No, you go ahead. It was good. It just seemed off.
That's campfyrepod.com. CampfyrePod.com.
That's good,
Cause you still alive?
I'm still kicking.
Oh, what? You gotta sing along now. It's time to say goodbye to my little niece Danielle and me, Tello, and Lord, this number 2, 'cause she's dying, but that's okay. I got a new co-host. She might have broken a law or two, but that's no excuse to bully her and her friends when they just wanna get home and go eat and enjoy some TV. I'll smoke some weed, but not in front of my little niece, 'cause I wanna be a good influence on her, but I like to chill out from time to time and have a cookie or two or three and some brownies. You know what? Let's just stay blazed.
Follow at Stay Blazed on Instagram.
And at N2Pod. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. N2Pod@gmail.com. Come on, tell us your Blaze stories. Tell us your funny run-ins with the law, your healthy recipes, because
Yeah.
evidently that's what we've become.
And anything that you want to share about Mother Teresa is welcome.
And you know what? Go ahead and tell me what your pee smells like, because that's evidently a thing we talk about now too.
That was a good topic.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Have a beautiful day, beautiful week. Spend some time with your family, friends. Goodbye.
Bye.
Adios.